All right, so for this project, what we're going to do is we're going to add on to the project that we just made in the last video, and we're going to add conversation to our story between two characters. So we're going to open Scratch Junior and open the project. It's named right now Project 24 on my iPad. So we're going to open the same project. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be adding a new scene, adding two new sprites, two new characters. We're going to be editing those characters, and then we're going to be using the secret messages feature to create conversation between the two characters. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the right side. I'm going to click the plus sign to add another scene. And I'm thinking this conversation, and actually, so what I'm going to do is touch and hold on Scratchy, because we're not going to use him today. And what I'm going to do is, oops, clicked a little too long. So click and swipe that up to the first scene. So in my mind, what's happening is that in this scene, two characters are going to discuss going to the park. Then in this scene, we're going to see the girl driving to the park, and then in this scene, the characters are going to arrive to the park. So here we go. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a background. So we're going to scroll down, and again, I've got a lot more than what comes standard on the first scene on mine. We can pick the bedroom right here. Click that, and then I'm going to add my two sprites. So the first one I'm going to do, I'm going to scroll down. So the girl in my car looks very similar to the girl right here on my screen. I'm going to select her. I'm going to move her over to right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, click and add another sprite by clicking that plus sign on the left. I'm going to select the same sprite this time. Oops, did I go too far? Yes, I did. I'm going to select the same sprite this time, but this time I'm going to press the paintbrush at the top of the screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change a couple colors on her to make her into a different person. So I'm going to change her hair to maybe be dark brown. So actually I'm going to try to click that the line, clicking a couple of times, maybe zoom in. There we go. I'm going to click, and her hair is going to be dark right there. I could change her skin color. I could change the color of her shirt to be purple, and then maybe change her skirt to be pink. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to press the check mark. I want to warn you though, and you can warn your kids, that changing too many colors is a rabbit hole that they can spend the whole time that you have for your project. So think about only asking them to change like one or two attributes about the character. All right, so here we go. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off, I want this first girl to be the one that starts off the conversation. So I'm going to grab the flag, and then I'm going to go under the look blocks, and I'm going to grab this speech bubble, and I'm going to name the other girl, I'm going to name her Sydney. And so she's going to say, "Hi, Sydney." And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to send or get some way to, I'm going to have to get the other girl, I'm going to have to tell her some way to get her to tell her that it's her turn. So when I'm introducing this to students, I like to say that the first sprite, the first girl, has to whisper, it's your turn to the other girl. And the way that we do that is that we do that by sending a secret message. So we're going to go into the events block, and we're going to use this message right here to tell, to broadcast to the whole program that it's time for, if that sprite has the orange message, to do the code that they have on the orange message. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the second sprite, and I'm going to grab the receive orange message block. And under that, I'm going to drag another conversation bubble. And I'm going to edit it. And I'm going to say, hi, Ellie. It's a good way to start that message right there. So we're going to press that. And if I run my code, if I click the flag, the first girl is going to say, hi, Sydney. She's going to send the orange message. When the second sprite, or the second girl, sees the orange message go by or hears it, she's going to run her line of code. So we're going to run that. Hi, Sydney. Hi, Ellie. There we go. Now what we can do is go back to that second girl right there and grab the send message block if we want to continue this conversation. So what I tell the kids to do is not necessarily worry about the color, but just pick the next color, which happens to be red. And it's just a really easy way to keep track of which colors you've used when you're coding all your sprites to do lots of different things. So we're going to go to the first one, and we're going to grab the receive message block. We're going to change it to be red because when we want to run her conversation after the second girl takes her turn. So we're going to say, let's see, want to go to the park, and then question mark. Oops, forgot the T there. There we go. And then I'm going to go back to the messages and grab another secret message to send. And this time we use the orange, we use the red, now we're going to use the yellow. And then we're going to grab the receive message block, and we're going to say, sure, let's go. Oops. Sure. Can punctuate correctly. There we go. Now, here's a trick. So we run our code. Hi, Sydney. Hi, Ellie. Want to go to the park? Sure. Let's go. And you'll notice that there was a little lag. What Scratch Junior does is if there's a lot of text on the page or a lot of text in the conversation bubble, it leaves it up there a little bit longer. And that's great because it gives kids a chance to read it. So here's the trick. What I want to happen is I want both girls to move across the screen and move towards the door. So what I'm going to do, and I want them both to start at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first I'm actually, to estimate how far they have to travel, I'm going to turn that same grid function on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the second girl send a secret message after she finishes her dialogue. So I use the orange, the red, the yellow. Now I'm going to use the green. And then what I'm going to do, I want both characters, when they see the green message, to move at the same time. So when they see that message go by, even the second character, even though she sent the green message, when she sees it, she's going to start moving towards the door. So I notice that what I want to happen, I notice that looking at where the second girl is on the screen, that she is going to move 3 to the right, and then I want her to move probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up towards the door. So she's going to move over to the right and move up. So I'm going to go over into the move, have her move, onto this one, move over 3, and then have her go up 5. So if I play that, hi Ellie, want to go to the park? Sure, let's go. She's going to move over and move towards the door. Yeah, that was a little high. I'm going to change it to be 4. May have her move back. And now I'm going to code that first girl. Go and grab the receive message. And she's going to have to go. Notice that she's at 4. And this is where the great math skills come in. I wanted to go all the way from 4 to 19. So that's going to be 15 squares that she's going to have to move. 15 squares. And then she's going to have to move 5 up, I think. 5 up. Let's see if that works. Hi, Ellie. It's also a great way to teach kids to iterate. There we go. There we go. And then they move towards the door. Last thing to add, what I want to do is have the story turn the page to where the car is driving across the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go under the red block, and it's really important to point out that you want this to happen with the last code that runs on the screen. So I know that the second girl ran her code, but I also noticed that she ran the code that was under the green send or receive message block. That she got to the door first. So actually I want to put it under the first girl because she actually got to the door second. I want to put that block under her code. So I'm going to put it right there, and then it should run across the screen. So let's go. There she goes. And there she goes. And then it changes. And we've got her doing her great wheelie. And then she gets to the field. All right, there we go. Thanks for watching.